Today's movie begins with a chilling scene where two mysterious people perform a forbidden ritual to summon the spirit of the dead. Although the reason behind the ritual isn't revealed, it's clear that something evil has been awakened. Soon afterward, the story shifts to a high school volleyball tournament, where the girls' volleyball team easily wins an important match. The team is led by Busaba, a feared captain who rules the school through violence and intimidation. After the game, she calls over a student named YA, pretending she only wants to talk. In reality, Busaba is furious because YA hasn't repaid the money she borrowed. Terrified, YA promises she'll send the money later that night. Before leaving, another teammate named On quietly helps YA after Busaba humiliates her, but Busaba notices and becomes angry that someone dared interfere. Back in the classroom, the teacher introduces a new transfer student named Jim, an exceptionally talented volleyball player. On immediately recognizes her because they were classmates in elementary school. She quietly warns Jim to stay out of Busaba's way if she wants to survive at this school. Before they can continue talking, Busaba interrupts them. She orders On to clean her dirty shoe like a servant, treating everyone around her as if they were beneath her. None of the students dare object because they are all terrified of Busaba. The only person who refuses to fear her is Jim. Later that day, Busaba attacks YA again for not paying her debt, even throwing volleyballs at her. Jim steps in without hesitation and shields YA from the abuse. Busaba immediately tries to fight Jim, but the coach arrives just in time and breaks up the confrontation. Jim's courage comes from a painful experience in her past. When she was younger, she witnessed a girl being bullied so severely that the abuse eventually led to her death. Ever since then, Jim has refused to stand by while innocent people suffer. During lunch, Jim accidentally spills food on her uniform and goes to clean herself up. On the way, she meets Gun, and the two exchange a few friendly words. Afterward, On quickly warns Jim that Gun is Busaba's boyfriend and advises her not to get involved with him. Not long afterward, Busaba unexpectedly approaches Jim with an offer of peace. The coach has warned her that one more fight will get her expelled from the volleyball team, so she pretends she wants to end their conflict. Although Jim doesn't fully trust her, she decides to accept, hoping to avoid creating more problems. But Busaba has no intention of becoming friends. Secretly, Jim begins sending anonymous messages and suspicious photos to Gun, creating tension in Busaba's relationship. At the same time, Busaba invites Jim to hang out after school, pretending everything is fine. Jim agrees, unaware that she's walking into a trap. Instead of taking her somewhere safe, Busaba brings her to a brothel. After accepting money from the people there, she abandons Jim alone with a group of violent men. Unfortunately for them, Jim is far from helpless. She quickly pulls out a hidden knife and fiercely fights back. One by one, she overpowers the attackers and manages to escape before they can capture her. Realizing she has been betrayed, Jim confronts Busaba. That's when she discovers the entire situation was carefully planned to make her look like a dangerous criminal. Her mother refuses, encouraging her to face her problems instead of running away. Meanwhile, Busaba discovers that Gun has been secretly communicating with another girl. The anonymous messages Jim sent have successfully planted doubt in his mind. Gun begins believing Busaba has been cheating on him. Already unstable and consumed by jealousy, Busaba completely loses control. In front of everyone, she violently attacks Gun without hesitation, revealing just how dangerous she has become. Jim watches in horror as everything. Monks perform prayers for Busaba's soul while, elsewhere, another mysterious ritual is carried out. Without warning, a violent gust of wind shakes the room, and Busaba's coffin suddenly opens. For a brief moment, Jim sees Busaba open her eyes. Strangely, no one else notices, leaving Jim to wonder if she imagined it. That night, the girls stay together because they are worried about Jim. After everyone falls asleep, On notices a chair moving on its own. Moments later, a strange liquid drips onto her face. She assumes she's having a nightmare, but the unsettling feeling refuses to disappear. The following morning, the students discover a pile of burned objects at the exact place where Busaba died. When the coach orders the school janitor to clean them up, she refuses. She warns everyone that someone has summoned a vengeful spirit. According to an old legend, the ghost hunts the people it hates for 2 days, and on the third day, every target dies. No one believes her. The girls return to volleyball practice, but YA suddenly sees Busaba's ghost standing nearby. Terrified, everyone runs into the locker room. Before they can calm down, the janitor suddenly becomes possessed. She repeatedly smashes her head against the wall before writing a terrifying warning in blood, telling them that all of them will die. The lights instantly go out. Busaba's ghost attacks Jim first. The girls desperately try to escape, only to discover that the bathroom door has somehow locked itself. Just as the spirit is about to reach them, the lights come back on and the janitor collapses. She is rushed to the hospital after the spirit leaves her body. Soon the group realizes that the ghost has shifted its attention toward Gun. Desperate for help, they visit a powerful shaman. The shaman performs a protection ritual and asks what happened between them and Busaba before she died. After hearing their story, he attempts to drive the spirit away. Instead, Busaba possesses him. Speaking through the shaman's body, she promises that none of them will escape her revenge. She forces the old man to injure himself before finally releasing him. Weak but still alive, the shaman explains that Busaba's spirit is far stronger than an ordinary ghost. He tells them that someone deliberately summoned her spirit through dark magic. To stop the curse, they must either destroy the cursed objects used in the ritual or find the person responsible for summoning her. With time running out, everyone starts searching for answers. Some suspect the volleyball coach because of his strange behavior. Others believe Busaba's father is responsible since he secretly practiced black magic. Before they can investigate, however, they must finish their school exams. During the test, a terrifying voice suddenly echoes throughout the classroom. "Where is my exam paper?" Everyone freezes. The principal dismisses it as stress caused by Busaba's death, but Jim refuses to believe him. She openly accuses the coach of summoning Busaba's spirit because he had feelings for her. Before anyone can react, Busaba possesses the coach. Unable to control himself, he begins revealing humiliating secrets in front of the entire school. He admits he never truly loved Busaba and had only been using her for his own selfish desires. After the shocking incident, the group heads to Busaba's house. Inside, they discover a hidden room filled with ritual objects connected to black magic. Believing these items were used to summon Busaba's ghost, they destroy everything they can find. Suddenly, Busaba's father attacks them with a knife. Jim throws holy water at him while Gun fights him head-on. As Busaba's father tries to escape upstairs, the group discovers a strange ritual doll. They destroy it and sprinkle it with holy water. Seconds later, Busaba's father is violently thrown onto sharp metal rods and dies. Certain they've broken the curse, Jim and Gun return to the shaman. The old man congratulates them and tells them to prepare an offering for Busaba's spirit so she can finally rest in peace. Believing the nightmare is over, the group performs the ritual and prays for both Busaba and her father. When midnight passes, they happily realize they've survived the third day of the curse. At least, that's what they think. Just before leaving, Jim remembers she left her phone behind and returns alone. There, she makes a horrifying discovery. The ritual doll they destroyed wasn't meant to summon Busaba's spirit at all. It was actually a protective charm designed to keep evil spirits away. In fact, every object they destroyed had been protecting Busaba's father from her ghost. Without realizing it, they removed his only defense and allowed Busaba to kill him herself. Jim now understands the terrible truth. They haven't stopped the curse. They've only made Busaba even. Before Jim can warn anyone, Busaba's ghost brutally kills the shaman. At the same time, Gun is waiting for Jim inside his car when the evil spirit suddenly appears. His body freezes as the car starts moving on its own. Although he manages to fasten his seatbelt, the ghost takes complete control of the vehicle. Jim arrives just in time and desperately tries to save him. She smashes the window with a metal rod and reaches inside, but before she can pull gun out, the ghost slams the car into a massive concrete pillar. The impact breaks Gun's neck, killing him instantly. Shocked and terrified, Jim rushes back to the hospital, only to discover that the shaman has already died. Before his death, he left behind a final message telling her that the curse is far from over. Meanwhile, YA believes the nightmare has finally ended. Suddenly, someone throws a rock through her bedroom window. She receives a warning that Busaba's ghost is still coming for her, but before she can react, according to her, they only need to offer a drop of blood and sincerely apologize to Busaba. With no other option left, Jim agrees. The ritual appears to work, but moments later the truth is finally revealed through a flashback. After Busaba attacked Gun, everyone tried to stop the fight. During the struggle, the coach exposed Busaba's secret relationship with him. Furious, Busaba charged toward Jim again. The students pushed her away to defend themselves, and she fell backward. Her throat struck an exposed steel bar, killing her instantly. Terrified of the consequences, the students decided to cover up the accident. They dressed Busaba in her volleyball uniform, hung her body, and staged the scene to make it look like a suicide. Jim knew the truth from the very beginning. Now Busaba's revenge finally makes sense. But an even bigger twist follows. The real person who summoned Busaba's spirit wasn't the coach or her father. She was the mysterious woman seen performing the ritual at the very beginning of the movie. Orn finally confesses that she was obsessed with Busaba. Even though Busaba constantly bullied her, Orn desperately wanted her attention. When Jim stood up to Busaba and eventually caused everything to fall apart, Orn blamed Jim for taking Busaba away from her forever. Consumed by jealousy and obsession, Orn summoned Busaba's spirit to bring her back. As soon as Busaba appears, she kills Orn without mercy. Jim arrives too late and finds her friend's lifeless body hanging before her. Driven by hatred, Orn uses the cursed knife to stab Jim in the stomach. At that exact moment, Busaba's ghost grabs Orn. Jim gathers the last of her. A dark supernatural force sealed inside the cursed knife suddenly leaves the blade and enters Jim's body. The evil spirit merges with Busaba's ghost, completing the ritual that had been planned from the very beginning. Sometime later, Jim calls her mother and calmly tells her that everything is finally over. For a moment, it seems like she survived. Then comes the movie's final twist. Jim coldly orders another student to kneel down and clean her shoes, the exact same way Busaba used to humiliate her victims. The camera slowly focuses on Jim's expression. Her eyes, smile, and behavior are no longer her own. Busaba has completely taken over Jim's body. And with that chilling revelation, the movie comes to an end.